Good day and good night. Welcome to the High and Low Retrospective, where we dig into the cult classics, one-season wonders, and cultural juggernauts that define generations. This time, we're pressing rewind on a show that flamed out fast but burned so bright it illuminated careers, redefined coming-of-age storytelling, and earned its place in the television pantheon long after its cancellation. This is the story of Freaks and Geeks. You might be asking yourself, why are we talking about Freaks and Geeks? First of all, I love the show. I love Freaks and Geeks, but we probably wouldn't be talking about it right now if not for The Studio, which I was watching the other day. If you're not familiar with it, it's Seth Rogen's latest TV series. It's on Apple TV Plus if you want to find it. Not a sponsor. If you're a film lover, a Hollywood connoisseur, you'll eat this up. It's sharp satire. It's refreshing. It's a peek behind the curtains, a modern look at the absurdities of Hollywood, and it looks great. I love the way it's shot. In it, Seth Rogen plays Matt Remick, the reluctant new head of Continental, a fictional movie studio, and he's juggling the roles of film lover and Hollywood executive. He's torn between nurturing art and serving corporate agendas, the corporate overlords. Now, I was totally immersed in every episode, laughing out loud one moment, nodding in quiet recognition the next. It's a show that knows the industry inside and out, and you can tell. And it critiques it without losing the joy of loving it. Now, critics are loving the show, watching Rogen's continued transformation from actor to creative powerhouse. And as I was watching an episode the other night, I couldn't help but think about where it all began, because before he was steering studios and voicing animated warthogs, Seth Rogen was just Ken Miller, a dry-witted teen with a deadpan delivery and a big heart on a little show called Freaks and Geeks. Airing in 1999 on NBC, Freaks and Geeks was a show out of step with the TV landscape of the late 90s and early 2000s, at a time when glossy teen dramas like Dawson's Creek, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Felicity were dominating screens, often featuring 20-somethings pretending to be teens in storylines drenched in melodrama. Freaks and Geeks took a radically different path. Set in suburban Michigan in 1980, the show felt painfully real. Its characters didn't look like models, didn't talk in rehearsed one-liners, and didn't live in some over-dramatized parallel universe. These were kids dealing with awkward growth spurts, unspoken crushes, bullying, family pressure, and the lingering effects of the 70s. The stakes were low in the best way possible, and yet the show made them feel incredibly high. The show was deeply grounded in emotional truth. Every character had depth, whether it was the freaks, like burnout stoners and misfits, or the geeks, the nerdy kids clinging to comic books, magic tricks, and Dungeons and Dragons. While Lindsay Weir, played by Linda Cardellini, and her younger brother Sam, played by John Francis Daly, were the heart of the show, it was the supporting cast that made that world feel alive. Daniel Desario, played by James Franco, was the rebel with a hint of heartbreak. Kim Kelly, played by Busy Phillips, was wild, volatile, and deeply human. Neil, played by Sam Levine, and Bill, played by Martin Starr, captured the agony and hilarity of being a middle school outsider. And then there was Ken, Seth Rogen, deadpan and detached but oddly wise in his apathy. The show tackled issues like drug use, sex, religion, gender identity, and grief with nuance and honesty rarely seen in teen-focused programming at the time. It was quietly radical.
You know, you're a pretty interesting guy, Harris. Yeah, I mean, you do your own thing. Comfortable with yourself. You got it pretty wired, huh?
Yeah, I guess I do. I don't have sex stuff.
Freaks and Geeks was created by Paul Feig, a former stand-up comic and character actor who mined his own awkward adolescence for inspiration. Judd Apatow, who had been working on The Larry Sanders Show and The Ben Stiller Show, came on as executive producer. NBC took a chance on the pilot, but even from the beginning, the show faced challenges. It didn't fit the mold. It wasn't glossy enough. It certainly wasn't loud enough, but what it lacked in mainstream shine, it more than made up for in heart and authenticity. Paul Feig's career would later explode with hits like Bridesmaids, Spy, and the Ghostbusters remake in 2016. His unique ability to blend grounded characters with smart comedy has made him a standout in both TV and film.
Nick?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I was just killing some time. All right, I gotta get going.
The casting process was as unique as the show itself. Instead of finding picture-perfect actors, the team sought out real, awkward, vulnerable teens. The result was a cast so believable it felt like watching a documentary, at least for some people. Most notably, the show launched the careers of James Franco, Linda Cardellini, Jason Segel, Martin Starr, Busy Phillips, and of course, Seth Rogen. Many of these actors would go on to collaborate with Judd Apatow and with each other for decades. Now, Seth Rogen in particular would team up with Evan Goldberg, his childhood friend and longtime writing partner, to co-write and produce a string of era-defining comedies, including Superbad, Pineapple Express, This Is the End, and The Interview. The duo also created the acclaimed series Preacher, Invincible, and The Boys, further proving their ability to twist genre into something fresh and relevant. Critics adored Freaks and Geeks. The writing, acting, and emotional honesty earned it rave reviews, but NBC didn't quite know what to do with it. Airing inconsistently and often preempted by sports or other programming, it struggled to build an audience. The show averaged about 6.77 million viewers, respectable by today's standards. 6.2 million people watched the season 3 finale of White Lotus in 2025, and that was considered a success for HBO. But Freaks and Geeks' 6.7 million viewers was modest compared to the juggernauts of that era. For context, Friends averaged over 20 million viewers per episode at the time, and ER regularly pulled in similar numbers. So the contrast was stark. NBC ultimately pulled the plug before all 18 episodes had aired. Fans campaigned for a second season or at least a network transfer, but it never materialized. The series became a cult classic almost immediately, earning a posthumous life through DVD box sets and streaming platforms. Freaks and Geeks didn't burn out. It was snuffed out before its time, but that brevity has helped preserve its purity. It remains a high watermark in teen television, a blueprint for shows that would later strive to capture real adolescence. Shows like Euphoria and even Stranger Things owe a little something to Freaks and Geeks' DNA. Its influence is felt not just in television, but in the broader culture of how we tell coming-of-age stories. In the end, it's a show about being lost, about not fitting in, about trying to find something real in a world that wants you to be something else. And I'm sure that's a story that we can all relate to. So that's the high and low retrospective on Freaks and Geeks, a show that only lasted a season but built a legacy that's still felt 25 years later. It launched careers, redefined a genre, and gave us a mirror for our own awkward beginnings. Whether you're rewatching for the 10th time or discovering it for the first, Freaks and Geeks is always worth the time. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, and helping this channel and our little community grow. Join us for more deep dives into the strange corners and defining moments of pop culture. Until next time, stay weird, stay honest, and remember...
What if all this is a dream? And it's not even our dream?